Hello, fellow dreamers, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine, and today we'll be doing a new moon reading that is presenting itself in the sign of Capricorn. So really gorgeous energy here. I have switched up a little bit of the format of how I'll be doing the new moon and the full moon readings. So usually I would typically just do the new moon reading, but I wanted to give a little bit more structure to how the new moon is actually going to progress towards the full moon. So we'll be doing a theme or kind of like the theme for the entire cycle. That's going to be presented in the underlying energy, the bridging energy, as well as the overall energy. And then for each phase, from the new moon to the full moon, including the crescent, the first quarter, and the gibbous moon, we'll be doing a theme card for those as well. So without further ado, the new moon in Capricorn is presenting itself. Let's see, let's just give this deck a little shuffle. I am using of course, my classic deck. It's the Ethereal Visions, the Dreamscape Oracle, as well as the Luna Tarot. And for the underlying energy of this new moon in Capricorn, we have the octopus that's showing up here. And the octopus is presenting itself as the supportive element for this cycle's theme. So there's an energy that we would not be expecting to actually be supportive, but it is. The octopus comes through with a sense of something that is foreign or just totally not understood by us. It typically looks alien or something that's just not recognizable, or even for us to understand it. So the supportive element here for this moon cycle, the moon cycle that's starting in Capricorn, seems to be maybe supportive elements of something that is a little bit alien or foreign, something that we would not expect. It is coming through as like we actually might initially try to throw this energy off, because there's something in this octopus that kind of makes me want to fling it off. But what we're not seeing is that this is actually a supportive element. And what I'm noticing here with all of the suckers that are on this octopus is that no matter how much we try to fling this energy off, because it sometimes can instill fear if we don't know exactly what we're dealing with, right? So the note here is that no matter how much we try to fling this off, it's got these suckers here that are going to almost like hang on to us, because we're in a space where we're not actually really understanding what is supporting us or what is actually, looking out for our benefit. We're seeing it as something that is foreign and alien, but it's almost as if this energy knows that we as a collective are reacting in this way, and therefore it has kind of shown up and is going to, in a sense, attach itself so that we can over time, if you will, become more acquainted with its energy. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's look at the connecting element or the bridging energy to see where that is in our theme. This is gorgeous because it's the temperance energy. The connecting element for us in this moon cycle is very angelic in nature. And, oftentimes people actually, or some people at least I've heard in the spiritual community, will actually talk about aliens as if they are angels. So what we might be initially perceiving as something that is alien and foreign and totally out of this world is actually supporting us and it's connecting us with the angelic realms. So how gorgeous is that? Is that what we're actually perceiving is this beautiful angelic energy. So because we might have like fear of the unknown, it's not even necessarily a fear of the unknown. We as a collective are projecting fear onto this because we've never experienced it before. And so it's like this entire theme of this moon cycle seems to be for us to become better acquainted with the angelic realms, or the realm of like the higher realms, the realms of higher consciousness, the realms of spiritual activity, or even kind of like receiving guidance from these realms, because it's like, because it's showing up in the connecting energy and it's wanting to connect with us. So that's fascinating. So bear in mind that, you know, no matter what you do to try to shake the angels off of you, they're still going to be perched up on our shoulders. So that's really beautiful. So let's go ahead and take a look at the overall energy, or the most available element that is going to be for us. And this one kind of just slid out so easily. And the overall energy is the Artist. I love this card because it talks about the interconnectedness between everyone, or among everyone, among all of humanity, among all of the civilizations and even smaller collectives. It's like there seems to be like inherent themes that present themselves in every single, it's actually coming through like with religion, how you can take different religions from different communities, and while they might have different storylines, or the themes are kind of actually consistent among all of these different religions, right? And so that points us back to that octopus energy, whereas it's something that seems to be very foreign to us, but it's actually something that connects us all. So it's almost as if angels themselves have been present with all of humanity, and it's like they're presenting themselves in like scripture, or in the storylines, right? The storylines that the artist tells. The artist is an observer, so someone who kind of watches from the outskirts, maybe even like the angelics themselves, watching humanity from the outskirts, and are documenting their growth, or their progression, or even their evolution. Because it's like, when we look at the octopus is kind of like it's a very strange evolution. And so that's what this is all referring to. It's as if this entire moon cycle is going to be illuminating to us all our strange evolution, and the connections that we have with the angelic realm, or even like realms that are like alien or foreign to us. There's something that is outside of our realm that wants to make contact. So that is incredibly fascinating. Okay. So that's our theme. That is our theme for this moon cycle that is beginning itself in the sign of Capricorn, which is really fascinating because, you know, Capricorn, at least in the tarot, is presented as the devil, which is the complete opposite of this angelic. So what we might be perceiving, right, as something that It may have actually like, we're perceiving it that it may have some type of negative impact on us. It actually looks to be that it's actually having a positive impact. So it's not what you actually think that it is. It's something else. So let's get a theme for the new moon, if you will, the new moon in Capricorn, to see where that is, see how we're setting our intention moving forward. And for the theme, all right, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is very much on brand, if you will, for this theme. So we're starting off, we're kind of setting, I want to say, an intention of a defensiveness, actually, is what's coming through. Perhaps defensive against whatever energy this is that is trying to make contact with us. And what I'm actually seeing in the theme of this new moon is that we are, in a sense, like pushing away some of the goodness that could be coming to us because we perceive it to be maybe lower vibrational than what we are. It's as if we have the high ground, right? So if we're in higher vibration, we're looking down upon these energies and believing that we should not stoop, right? That we should not stoop to that level. And so there is a bit of defensiveness that is coming up here. In trying to protect ourselves. But with it being the Six of Wands that's on the other side of this cliff face, it's also looking like what we are trying to protect is our as if it says, it's like if we've already gained the higher ground, we're trying to protect our standing, if you will, our position, our place within this world. So that's fascinating. So this new moon in Capricorn is, in a sense, inspiring us to set intentions that would become almost, in a sense, like protective circles around us. So that's fascinating. Creating and establishing protective circles around us so that we can defend against perhaps those that want to I guess it's like we are perceiving it as they're trying to take our victory away. But what I'm seeing in the cards is that they're actually trying to add to. They're actually trying to add to. And that's where we're coming up with this idea of wanting to fling it off because we're sensing that it's something that is very much foreign from us. Okay. So that's interesting. We're kind of starting off this cycle with a bit of defensiveness. All right, so let's look at the theme of the crescent moon. Now, this crescent moon here is particularly, of course, it talks about new beginnings, and it's actually presenting itself in 3 signs this cycle, the Aquarius, Pisces, as well as Aries. So there's a lot of energy that is packed within this crescent moon, within this brand new beginning. So let's get a theme for the crescent moon. And we have the High Priestess that's showing up here for the theme. Okay, so this is a really gorgeous energy to begin with, because what this is talking about is actually like doing your research. So if we as a collective, and your experience is very individual as well, if we're starting to receive like communications from realms that we've never been involved with before, perhaps angelic realms. We initially are going to start off a bit defensive because we feel as though it might be something that is like detrimental or something along those lines, right? But if we do our research, our due diligence, and kind of trusting it's actually higher than intuition. Whereas intuition is kind of like a gut feeling or a gut response, kind of like this response, this Seven of Pentacles. This High Priestess is a higher form of that intuition. So doing our research and actually coming into a space where perhaps we're even starting to speak with our higher selves. So that's what this is referring to. This crescent moon period, when we're starting to begin a new dialogue with our higher selves that eventually, I want to say, is actually going to open up the door to us communicating with the angelic realms. It's as if this is actually a stage in between those two phases. Because what's having to happen here is some type of confirmation or even discernment. That's what this is referring to. Discerning that who and what is contacting you is actually of a higher source. So that's where we're going to be presenting ourselves in the crescent moon that's showing up in Aquarius, Pisces, as well as Aries energy. And so it's as if there's a lot of research that's happening during that phase so that we can ultimately become comfortable, right? Comfortable with this energy that is seemingly showing up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first quarter. The first quarter as the moon progresses along its cycle, and the signs that it's showing up in, it's actually just one sign. The first quarter is showing up in the sign of Taurus, which is a very grounded energy. So it's beautiful because we'll actually be starting to take action in a very grounded approach. So this is beautiful. Because what's showing up is this Eight of Pentacles. This is really good because we're starting to make the decisions to work with these energies, to work with energies that are beyond our grasp of understanding. And we've done all of our research. We've put in a lot of effort and work into determining whether or not this is a good fit for us. The candles are sizzling. And so this is when that action starts to take place. We're starting to put in the work towards building something, it's almost as if towards building a connection. But that connection is not necessarily with other people. That connection seems to be with this energy as the guide. That's what this is talking about. So we're starting to build up a connection that's moving beyond our higher self and starting to take maybe perhaps even more guidance as to what exactly to work on from this angelic realm. So that's very fascinating because it is presenting itself as an incredibly grounded approach. So it's very firm in its foundation. Okay, so now let's move on to the gibbous moon. And that's just before the full moon. So that's where we'll start to see some development happen. And in that development, in that phase of development, two signs, it's presenting itself through two signs, and those two signs are of Gemini and Cancer. And so let's take a look to see where this is, headed. Let's get a theme for the gibbous moon. I'm just thinking about this because the Ten of Swords has popped up, and I'm wondering, you know, this is the development. So this is presenting as the theme of the gibbous moon, which typically talks about our development, how we're progressing forward. Okay, so what I'm seeing with this Ten of Swords is that there's actually a bit of refinement here that is happening. So what is ending in this Ten of Swords is our thought process of how we're viewing this energy. So remember how we were viewing this angelic energy as something that was incredibly foreign. It's very different. It can kind of start to instill some fear, right? Just like this Ten of Swords. It's like when I initially looked at this Ten of Swords, I was like, wait, hang on a second. That doesn't look right, you know? And that's what this is. That's what this effect is that feeling is actually going to start to, like, it's actually ending. It's not going to start to end. It almost feels more of like an abrupt ending to that feeling, because we were defensive at first, right? We checked in with our higher selves and made sure that what we're going to be potentially working with is actually good for us. We then start working, and because we're seeing some type of progress that is happening, the feeling of that this is something that is negative is abruptly ending. That's what this is talking about. It's like whatever fear we were in, whatever mental processes we were creating, in a sense, those projections of fear are coming to an abrupt ending at this gibbous moon. And it's the gibbous moon in Gemini and Cancer. So that talks about an abrupt end to perhaps maybe the defensiveness, because Cancer tends to rule like armor, actually, and the emotional defensiveness, as well as with the Geminian energy, it's talking about the ending of kind of actually like not answering or not picking up the telephone when this angelic energy is contacting us. So this is very interesting. So I will be pulling some more cards for the extended, and the way that that's going to work is I'm going to, particularly for this new moon in Capricorn, I'm going to go into the theme energy of the Seven of Pentacles and and clarify it and get some more information about it. And then as we progress through the moon cycle, I will be going through each one of these theme cards. And if you want to watch the progression of the moon and see how that's going to entail for you, you can join my membership program. The link for it is in the top of the description box. And essentially, it's $10 a month, and you get to watch how the moon progresses for the entire collective. And right now, at this time, I am also offering the same type of setup here for the new moon for you, for personal readings. So if you would like to book a personal reading with me and see how the new moon's energy is going to be affecting you personally, you can book that reading on my website, and you'll find the link for that in the description box as well. All right, guys, enjoy this new moon in Capricorn. It seems like there's going to be a lot of juicy things coming up. See you guys. Bye.